What's up, everybody? It's MJ with Planet Nerd here, where we talk about movies, games, comics, and TV. Today we have some crazy breaking news about the new Matt Reeves Batman movie starring Robert Pattinson. However, I don't want to break your heart just yet. Before I get into that, if you guys wouldn't mind dropping a like on this video as well as subscribing with notifications on, that would mean the absolute world to me. However, let me not waste another second of your time, and let's jump straight into this news courtesy of Screen Rant. Alright, so look, I don't want to make any assumptions. I think we all know what assuming does, but I'm gonna read this title right here and hopefully you guys will be able to swallow it. It says, why the Batman movie reportedly won't film on location anymore. Now, I don't know about you, but my mind jumps straight to Justice League. I do not want Matt Reeves the Batman to turn into another one of the Justice League or Superman versus Batman movies where it's just crowded with green screen, over flooded with CGI monsters. I want this to be a pure movie from the director's vision, and I really think that that's what it was going to be, and why the hype for this movie was so extreme leading up to this point. The leaks of the Batman suit, as well as footage with the stunt doubles that were coming out before everything happened in 2020, really had the game on lock for Matt Reeves, and I think that Warner Brothers knew that. However, they're trying to get this movie to come out, and I'm afraid that maybe corporate interference trying to push this out before it should be put out is something that's going to affect it in a negative way. If you're thinking like me, I really don't want Matt Reeves to be forced to go with these sets instead of having the locations that he was planning on filming in originally. But let's just jump into the article. It says, when production on the Batman starts again, it will no longer shoot on location and will instead switch to newly built sets. Matt Reeves is directing the latest Batman-centered film, which will also mark the first appearance of Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne. With the Batman not scheduled to arrive in theaters until 2021, production on the film began earlier this year in London. Fans were able to catch glimpses of Pattinson and others on set, fueling their excitement for the mysterious project. Now that is 100% true. Everybody was so hyped, like I just said, for those leaks and all those set pics, but if we go down a little bit further in the article, it's gonna say initially the Batman was only scheduled to be shut down for 2 weeks, but that soon changed as the situation with the outbreak grew worse. Since then, Warner Brothers has kept the Batman on hold and even delayed the film's release date to October 2021. In recent weeks, various films and television productions that have been affected by the pandemic have shown signs of resuming work, and it seemed likely that the Batman could be among them when the UK announced its brand new guidelines. I think this is something that is good. They should be starting to get into production, but if they can't get those locations, why would you waste all the money and time on the sets when you could just wait for everything to calm down and make the proper movie that was the vision of Matt Reeves? Maybe he's okay with this. Maybe it was his idea all along to start building these sets, and maybe I'm just coming from a worrisome position of a fan who wants to see a great Batman movie, but I really am worried with the corporate side of this. Warner Brothers is going to screw this over because I don't think they have the best track record up to this point.
What's the best thing about planet Earth?
You turn and look. You look and see.
Confused, that's how he is.
Oh.
By controlling the locations, it says in the article, the cast and crew of the Batman can prevent any potential exposure to the virus that could have come from being out in a public space. While this is disappointing for fans who might have wanted to catch a glimpse of the Batman more than a year before its release, it makes sense as a precaution for avoiding further delays. Additionally, it'll be interesting to see how this affects the look of the Batman. It might not have the same grounded feel that a real location could provide, but this also gives the opportunity for some really excellent set designs. Now look, I think that's a cop-out right there at the end. It does give the opportunity for excellent set designs, yes, but it is going to lose that feel in my opinion. I hope it doesn't. Hopefully somehow they conjure up a way to get that street, that gritty, that startup Batman feel that we're going to have, but I don't want it to go away and slip and crackle and be the sand that goes between our fingers. This is something that I'm very worrisome of. If we go a little bit further into the article, it says the Batman is easily one of the most anticipated DC projects, largely thanks to these TV teases Reeves has provided about the story and Pattinson's performance as Batman. There was some apprehension when Pattinson was first cast, but now the majority of fans are excited to see what he will do with the iconic character. That is 100% true. When I first heard even that Pattinson was gonna be Batman, I had the same thought I think everybody here, even you guys probably did, is what? Edward from Twilight is going to be Batman? But honestly, if you think about the journey he's taken as an actor from that point in Twilight until playing Batman, he spent so much time out of the spotlight building his credibility as an actor, trying to really find himself. I think that is just a respectable quality, and I think that'll help him find himself being Bruce Wayne. Honestly, I think his whole journey from being Edward till now is going to help him form the character that he's playing, and I think that's just a beautiful circle of life moment right there for Robert Pattinson, going from the stardom, going to underground, and going into the stardom again as a new being, kind of like Bruce Wayne being rich and famous, going underground into the training and starting a new life as Batman, defeating crime to find some purpose in life. I really think that's a beautiful thing right there. But anyways, that's going to be pretty much the end of the article. If we go on just a little bit further, it's going to say, plus with last week's news that Reeves is developing a spin-off television series centered on the Gotham PD, there's even more interest in the Batman. With production starting again in September, hopefully fans and those involved with the film won't have to face any additional delays. In my opinion, delay it. I want the delays. Delay. I don't want this movie to feel like a shell of what it should have been. I want this movie to feel like it's the director's vision, it's Pattinson's vision, and not something that they're just pushing out because they want to keep Batman on the front lines. This is something that I think that could be even more beautiful if they ended up merging it with the Joker universe. Joaquin Phoenix and everything that he did with that movie is just such a great idea. If they could somehow merge that with the grittiness of this movie, hopefully that would turn out great. As a fan, that's something you want to see on screen. Of course you want to see Batman and the Joker together, and when you have one great portrayal as the Joker and hopefully another great portrayal from Robert Pattinson, hopefully they can give us that. But I really think I have to give props to Warner Brothers and the team over there. I think they just got a new president a couple months ago, or maybe a CEO, something like that, and ever since then they've been making some great moves. They obviously fumbled the bag so hard with the Justice League. They tried to copy the MCU and follow Kevin Feige's formula, but that just backfired on them. So hopefully with this new team, they've learned from those mistakes, and now it seems like they have planting these little seeds of standalone movies like the Joker. They have Wonder Woman still and Aquaman, so they still do have that universe, but now they're also breaking news that Michael Keaton's coming back as Batman for the Flashpoint movie. We also hear that maybe Ben Affleck is gonna come back as Batman, as well as having this younger Robert Pattinson version of Batman. So I really think that it's awesome that they're just trying to find some footing and taking all these chances and all these risks. As a company, that's got to be hard to do. You want to go for the surefire thing that's going to bring in the money, and that's why they tried to follow the MCU formula. But now that that's failed, you don't have much to go back on, and so I think it's worth it for them to take chances with these smaller types movies, and everything that they've been doing so far this year or 2019 has been working. But you've got to be a little reluctant to hear this news about the Batman movie going to sets instead of shooting on location. Let me know what you guys think about that down in the comments below. Are you as worried as I am, or maybe I'm overreacting about it? It seems that Rachel, the author of this article, also seems a little reluctant for them to be moving to sets, but let's be glass half full type of people, and maybe it'll end up making a better movie and they'll be able to do more and take more control over the environments and possibly have more cool action scenes. Hopefully it doesn't affect the story in a negative way, because at the end of the day, that's what matters. So my name's MJ with Planet Nerd. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure to leave a like on the video. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button and maybe turn the notifications on. If you want to follow me, you can hit me on Twitter at planetnerd_. Other than that, I want to say thank you guys for coming along on this journey with me and reading this article from Screen Rant. I had a great time, and I really hope to share new news with you guys soon in the future. Like I said, my name's MJ. Peace out, everybody.